What was nice about this movie is that it passes, you guys all know about the Bechdel test, and this passes it with flying colors. I mean, the fact that we're orchestrating a crime as opposed to fighting over a man, our conversations are not about that.
Yeah. But, you know, all of us, every single person on this table wants to see more female directors, and that absolutely has to happen. You know, I've just come from Cannes, where there were, 21 films and only 3 female directors, and it puts an inordinate pressure on them.
Women taking care of each other, women being good to each other, women stepping back and letting the more gifted step forward in the heist and whatever. Recognizing talent and saying, go out and shine. I've got your back. And not fighting over something. Sure, we can fight, but we're fighting for the greater good, which is a whole lot of money. But, but I think to me the most important thing was to show I didn't care about the heist as much as I cared about how they treated each other and how they lifted each other up. And I think that's, to me, that's the world. It's not the world that's represented, I think, in media a lot.
I just need to know, there's a text chain going on between all of the women in the cast of this movie. What was the most recent topic of conversation in this text chain?
What we were going to wear today.
Yeah.
I was going to wear a dress fully made of tampons.
Yep, she was. There's proof on the phone.
They disapproved.
Wait a minute, there's a text chain?
We were working crazy long days. We were draped all over each other on a couch, at 12 o'clock at night. And you just, once we let our guard down and we realized we're in the company of safe people, I think we all sort of began the vomit fest of just question. Well, I did. I threw up first. I did. I went in hoping, and you don't always get what you hope for. And by the end, I think, and now continuously, and I think long past this film is out, I think we managed to connect on a level that we never ever would have been given a chance, because we don't get to work. The women, we're just, there's 5 roles and we're all just sort of looking for them, and they're all lone little islands, and here we were. There's no more stones I need to turn over, and on this one, I really feel that I came out with so much more than I ever imagined, and they might not feel the same, but I don't care.
Nope, don't feel that way at all.
Yes, Andy.
But no, I feel very lucky.
You'll always have the text chain.
One of the things I remember was the moment when I realized I didn't have to put a filter on, because what you said about feeling like an island on a set, I was used to that, and I've been really lucky. I've worked with a lot of great women, but there was usually just 1 or 2 of us, and the idea that we could all bring all the experiences we've ever had and kind of put it into this shared pool, and all then collectively become better because we were all just together and able to share it. I mean, that was one of the things that was the first things that I remembered, was feeling safe.
Hey, Sarah, good morning.
Good morning. We were both parched beyond measure. Okay. We have been sitting here
We've been teasing this thing for hours.
You two.
Okay, first of all.
Who are we two?
I don't know
who she is. Never met her.
Never met her.
Yeah, never met her.
You guys clearly have a thing going on.
Yeah.
Savannah and I sat down with the big group.
It ended about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Just so you know. We're having a hard time. We have a hard time. Yeah. I borrowed it from your mother. I got it from your mom.
Really, that's an amazing cast. But what I want to know is, how was Rihanna to work with?
She was amazing, and I'm so intimidated of her, because I feel like movie stars are here, and then pop stars are here, because they can do whatever they want, and if no one thinks it's crazy or weird. And so when I met Rihanna, I was like, "Hi, Rihanna, it's great to meet you." And like on the 3rd day, I'd go up to Rihanna and be like, "Hey, Rihanna, it's Mindy Kaling," and she's like, "I know, we're in a movie together."
But we had a blast. It's hard. I end up working with women by default. Right. Not by default, because they're like insanely great at their job.
Right.
But all my life, I've been surrounded by boys. I've been surrounded by boys in school. Like that, those were my friends, so I always gravitated toward that. But I got on set and I was like, 8 girls, directed by 1 man. Wow, I felt bad for poor Gary, but we had a blast, and I enjoyed mostly the fact that we were 8 strong women who are so different from each other. And even in the film, our roles are so different. everyone has their strength, and everyone is there for a reason. And I mean, I can't wait for you guys to see it, but I never thought I would have that much fun.
New York is an energy, is an actor on its own. New York is a character. There's an energy you can't describe. I always tell people the minute you drive over the bridge and you see the skyline, there's a part of you that gets turned on. Whether you've been there or not, it's an energy, it's a battery. It ignites something in you, and just the unexpected keeps you on your toes. It has you have to navigate around things. You know, the city doesn't stop for you when you film a movie. You just film around it. And there's a look, there's a fashion, there's an energy, there's a way of thinking, there's a navigating that just doesn't exist anywhere else. And the role of Debbie is very much in the vein of George's role, George Clooney, in that she's the mastermind. You know, she's not the one who's got all the talent, but she knows talent and she knows how to put it together, and she lets them do their job. And it's just in her blood. She's a thief, like her family. They're all thieves. She comes from a family of thieves, and it's what she's good at. What they're stealing is not money. And it's not so much what they're stealing. I think it's the thrill of the steal and seeing if they can steal it.
They decided to do something in broad daylight, in front of people, many people watching one specific object. And it's going to be the object of everyone's attention at this event. So what is the psychology behind that?
Some fans kind of sensed some chemistry between your characters. Potentially there was a romantic past. Was that intended, or is that something that the viewers have just picked up?
No, there's a lot of backstory, and a lot of that didn't make it into the film. You know, there's a lot of heist stuff that had to be gotten through. But it was great to know that, you know, because we were playing old friends. Debbie's been inside for a long time, and
inside jail.
Not inside me.
You just
I didn't even go there. You brought it down to that level. Oh.
We're going to break up.
Yeah, we're broken up.
It's it.
It's over.
Done.
If there was a sequel, would you like the idea of that relationship being explored?
If it helped, if it was done, if it was right for the plot, if it was something organic.
Depends on what you're wearing.
Really? You're going to judge me by my clothes?
Totally.
Wow.
I'm shallow.
Rose is my character. I play sort of not the cool person and not the smooth person, and I'm the only non-con or non-criminal. We do a heist at the Metropolitan Ball, and they need me because I'm a fashion designer. I need the money because I've gone bankrupt, and my business has hit the skids, and I'm in meltdown, and I really need the money. She's not a criminal. She's deeply honest. She's a liability because she's totally open, unpremeditated in everything she does. Totally impulsive. She's a creative. She's artistic.
Did you learn anything about hacking or computering or anything?
Not about actual hacking, but just the body language and making it look for real, because this is how I type.
We were filming during the U.S. election.
I've got a typewriter going on.
So did you have anything to do with that?
Girl, if I did, it wouldn't be that outcome. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Who do you think would be more likely to ruin a heist, and why?
To ruin it?
Ruin it.
Yes.
Ruin a heist.
Ruin.
Yes. Sarah, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Why?
You have to explain.
Because she dances, she makes jokes, she does. What else do you do, Sarah? I laugh.
She dribbles.
We'd probably be like hanging from the heist, and someone's like, I can't do it, but look, I can do this. And then just start dancing. She would have ruined it. I would never.
Distraction.
Yeah.
I think it's between Paulson and Helena.
Yeah.
Oh, Helena with the charcuterie.
Helena would crack within seconds. She would just like.
Sorry.
Sorry. Right.
Always trying to get us to remember what we were doing in the moment before.
So, who signed on first for this movie? Who signed on to the movie first?
It was her.
I was last.
And I tried to get out of it when I heard what the rest of the cast was going to be, and they wouldn't let me. I was contracted. It was like. She sent me an email. It's like, is it true, Lady Paulson, that you're doing this? And I was like, yep. She was like, whoa, I'm out.
I know.
Olivia Milch is familiar with me and the kind of stuff that I think I can do, and I think that she really wrote Constance knowing that. So it's really not like I kind of came upon a role that already existed. I think like she really tried to write Constance for me, and I think like I am Constance. You know what I mean? Minus all the like the pickpocketing, the shoplifting. She's true to me, and I feel like I go out. I've been out for things where it's like that's not really who I am, but I can feel Constance. Constance is a very low-level street pickpocket who, according to Lou, has the fastest hands in New York. We find her in Elmhurst, a neighborhood where I actually grew up, like really near to. And she is playing three-card monte, which is a very typical New York scam. And she gets brought onto the heist. And I think what's cool about Constance is that, like, when she's a street kid, you know what I mean? She's not an Asian woman. She's not like a gangster. She's just a street kid. And the way it's written, I think, is extremely accurate. And you're not going to find a character like that in a lot of things.
Sandy had done that, and like the first thing, like I got a text from her welcoming me to the movie, and she's like, just so you know, I know you're a new mama, and this is a child-friendly set, so bring your son whenever you want. And like even just today, like Mindy and I were dragging, and all of a sudden, frozen hot chocolate arrives from Sandy, and it was just like.
It's also the female crew members. It'd be really great to have a creche on set, because that's what drives women out of the workforce. Is it's still, you know, men don't always kind of share with the. You know, the child rearing stuff. So to have a creche, there are enough kids there. You know, ensembles of women just don't sell. You know, it's just lazy thinking.
Who thinks that? Who thinks they don't sell?
Lazy, stupid.
Men on Reddit. They don't think that anymore. Aren't you all living proof of that?
I mean, well, we'll see.
You started shooting before the Me Too and the Time's
We
Up.
came out after what I think was an atrocious male-dominated reception of Ghostbusters, which was a great film. Those women were hilarious.
When the first Women's March happened,
Yes.
you're in the city and all the pink hats. But it was. Poussoir.
And what I've noticed, though, is that when you do a movie like this, it feels so special that it is almost an overt political act. But if you look at what the movie is, it's an incredibly fun, funny movie that's extremely glamorous with tons of jokes. And it's like this great summer movie.
Pick me! Most likely to break up laughing on the set.
Yeah.
What does it to you? Everything?
Just
Anything.
Like what?
Sneeze, air.
Yeah. Somebody tripping on a line is.
Somebody tripping on a foreign line,
My name is Cate Blanchett. My character's name is Lou Shimanovsky.
It's been really amazing to watch kind of the way certain members of the media have wanted us to fight each other, and the way they wanted there to be competition, and they wanted there to be cat fights. But we were all collaborating, you know, all the time. And now we're friends, and it's just, we genuinely love each other, and we're so there for each other. Like, it's a beautiful thing.
Now your
And that's actually, I think, what female friendship is.
Yes.
That's what it has been in my life, and I don't know why I thought that it couldn't be that at work. I guess because I was fed this myth. But I mean, but we all have had an experience that disproved it.
Publicist walks in, she's got this look. She's kind of a pit bull. She comes in, she goes, we just got an email from this tabloid, and they're saying that you were a problem, and that you have problems with everyone else on the set, and there's just a problem. And so then you take it very personally. You go, it's just a tabloid, doesn't matter, but then you start to schwitz, and you start to panic, and then next thing we know, she got the same email from the same place, slightly altered. She was a problem, and then she was a victim, and then we realized that everyone wants us to be ripping each other's weaves off. I mean, they just want us to be pulling hair out and just...
That's so weird.
No, but it's a cliche. It's such an old cliche that women can't get on collectively.
Yeah.
It's just an old myth.
They tried.
And we did not live up to it.
Usually when people are promoting a movie, it's maybe not one of the most fun parts of doing the movie, but you all seem to have a blast promoting Ocean's 8.
It is not going well at all. We're not enjoying it.
All right, so Ocean's 8, why should people go see it?
Well, obviously. I mean, we're both in it.
No, Sandra Bullock's in it.
She's in it.
And
Rihanna's in it.
Yeah.
Mindy Kaling, Anne Hathaway, Helena Bonham Carter. She's fantastic.
Awkwafina, all of those
Awkwafina.
people.
Yeah, they're
great.
Oh, look at your mug.
There we go. Oh, they kept you in.
Yeah, I look like a wax figure. I don't know, I'm looking at like the North Star.
I was hoping to get something at Madame Tussauds.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so...
I know, we're not helping you at all.
They were incredibly warm and like welcoming to a level like I didn't even think that they would ever be. And we became like a small family. So
we managed to just bond over rolled up meats and looking
Rihanna
for
songs.
Rihanna songs, which
Yeah.
were always sung poorly by
Paulson.
one Sarah Paulson.
Two Rihanna.
But we all had them in our head, but I would never have the huevos to like go up to Rihanna.
No, I mean, she had some.
Paulson would do it. Who became friends with Rihanna?
I mean, I like to think I did. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Well, do y'all text back and forth?
We do. Yeah, we
Well,
have.
Then you're
texted.
friends.
Yeah, I think we're friends. It was a sort of daily struggle to not embarrass myself because every time I looked at her, I was like, work, 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 work. It was just like, it was not good. And I'm not a singer, A, and B, it's just deeply nerdy. And Sandy would just constantly look at me and be like, hey, dial it down, just stop. And I'd be like, what? I gotta just do it. It was not good. And so I dealt with my own anxiety by going up to Rihanna and being like, I've got a new song I could do for, and she's like, no, Paulson. I'd be like, what about I'm in a bird cage? She's like, no, you're not in a bird cage, and I really need you to stop singing. She thought my lyrics weren't so bad, but my melody was terrible.
I've been to the Met Gala, I think 3 times, and even when I go there the next day, I barely remember it because of how glamorous it is. So it's been very exciting to kind of go through it very slow motion and from behind the scenes because the level of detail in the research has been insane. Like they're using the caterers that Anna Wintour hires for the Met Ball. We're actually shooting there. I mean, it's been such a wish fulfillment exercise in planning to rob the Met as just a woman who loves fashion.
Well, presumably you all been at the real Met Gala.
No.
Yes.
You haven't?
You haven't?
No, I've no.
You have not.
No.
That's because you wear dresses like that.
That's right. That's entirely right.
And apparently there was an odd moment with the paparazzi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one was taking my picture. And I was like, wow, God, I guess I'm, yeah, wow, okay. And no one was taking it. No one was taking it. It was like, pictures, 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 and pictures of this one. And I was like, hello? Hello? And nobody cared.
What were you wearing?
I was wearing something nice. It's just, I turned around, and all of a sudden I saw that Madonna was standing there, and that everyone was taking her picture. That happened. But someone happened to snap my picture when I first saw her. And that was unattractive.
Yeah. There's Madonna.
Oh, great.
Madonna posted.
And then Madonna that was like the only saving grace and just sort of made my life worth living.
So this is the moment that Sarah Paulson noticed it was Madonna beside her on the red carpet.
Oh.
I was shocked at how much access the Met gave us. It was beautiful because it was quiet, and in between shots, you could walk around and take in the museum in a way that you've never taken it in before. And we had 2.5 weeks to just savor. And that was pretty amazing. And then the night that we shot, you know, the big Met Ball with all the celebrities, I was just sitting in the corner watching it all. Just movie making is pretty amazing sometimes. And that was a piece of movie making I'd never experienced before.
All right, so
your mascara's running.
I know because of you.
We are a funny group.
Mine is terrible. How bad is it?
Let's all cry.
Okay. Is it horrible?
Come on. All right, hold hands. You don't need to ask us anything on that sheet.
Is it really bad? How bad is it?
No, it's fine. Someone will come and touch you up before you speak to some real actors.
Yeah. The Met, it was really something to be there at night. To be able to look at the art with no one else around, to really, really study pieces and not feel like you had to move on or like a guard was going to yell at you for leaning in too close. And, you know, it's such a beautiful building. The architecture's so incredible. And, yeah, I've been lucky enough. I've gone to the Met Ball, and usually that night is so quick that you don't really get to see anything. So it was interesting to have like 2 weeks worth of Met Balls where you could actually fall in and really actually look at things.
With me.
I was going to scooch over.
Here, come on.
You guys are besties.
Reject me. I like you.
Okay.
Oh my God. Fine.
Well, now.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. So,
wait, just look at them.
Hey, how do you feel about Sarah now that she's not here?
This is a much better relationship.
I heard her. It's the coolest experience I'll ever have. I don't think I'll ever be able to really top this experience. is something that, like, you know, I've seen movie sets, but none like this. And I've been coming to this museum since I was 4 years old. And the fact that, like, we rented it out and I'm able to, like, walk around it, it's so cool, you know? So I just feel, like, very blessed. I feel very extremely blessed.
Hers all morning.
It's a heist movie. You could steal this ring. I could be the victim.
All right. Well, you guys, that was, by the way,
Hashtag never again.
Never again.
we've done so many interviews for movies and never
This
one
is
like
not
this.
Never one like this.
Where basically we didn't do anything but just be crazy people.
I've kind of struggled in my career because I've been really I've worked with so many legends, but I've kind of struggled to like find the balance between like wanting to do my job well and then wanting to like have a really good experience off camera and have fun and everything. And I've always been too afraid that if I let my guard down off camera that I wouldn't provide like the goods on camera. Right. And this one I was like, I don't care, I'm cashing in all my chips, I'm turning around, I'm not climbing the mountain, I'm enjoying the view, this is the one to do it, this is best life stuff.
All right.
By the way, just so everyone understands, they're in love. They love each other.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, you do.
You too.
You
These
do,
two?
Kate. You do.
These two?
I talk about myself in the third person.
These two?
By the way, Savannah and I are going to sit down with the entire cast.
What was your reaction when you first heard about the idea of an all-female Oceans movie?
I didn't think it ever happened.